Okay, so I spent 3 weeks in the hospital, emergency surgery, ruptured appendix that turned into sepsis. Touch and go for a while there. My husband Tom visited every day, brought flowers, held my hand, told me everything would be okay, that he was handling everything at home, that I shouldn't worry about anything, just focus on getting better. So I did. I trusted him after 15 years of marriage. Why wouldn't I trust him? That was my first mistake. The day I was discharged, Tom picked me up. He seemed nervous, kept checking his phone, wouldn't make eye contact. Everything okay? I asked. Yeah, fine, just we need to talk when we get home. When we get home. Those words felt wrong, heavy, like he was dreading something. We drove in silence, and when we pulled up to our street, our beautiful tree-lined street where we'd lived for 10 years, he drove right past our house. Tom, you missed the turn. No, I didn't. He kept driving, pulled up to an apartment building on the other side of town. An apartment building, small, old, definitely not our neighbourhood. What are we doing here? I asked. He turned off the car, took a deep breath. This is where we're staying now. Staying? What do you mean staying? Where's our house? Another deep breath. I sold it. The words hung in the air. I sold it. Past tense. Done. Final. You... What? I sold the house. While you were in the hospital, I had to. We didn't have a choice. I stared at him. At this man I'd been married to for 15 years. This man who just told me he sold our home, our house, the house we bought together, the house where we'd built our life, without telling me while I was unconscious. You sold our house. I had to, without asking me. You were sick, you were in the ICU. I couldn't... You had 3 weeks. 3 weeks where I was conscious, where I could talk, where you visited every day, and you didn't think to mention that you were selling our house. He got out of the car, started unloading my hospital bag like this was normal, like he'd just told me we were getting takeout instead of cooking. Tom, explain, now. He stopped, leaned against the car. The medical bills, they're really bad, Sarah, really bad. The insurance only covered part of it. We owe over $200,000. The house was our only asset worth anything. I had to sell it to cover the debt. $200,000. My brain couldn't process that number. That can't be right. We have insurance. It didn't cover everything. The sepsis, the complications, the ICU stay. It added up fast. He pulled out papers, medical bills, statement after statement, and the numbers were insane, astronomical, terrifying. I felt sick all over again. But the house, Tom, we could have worked something out, payment plans, loans, something. I looked into all of that. This was the only way. The only way. He'd made a decision, a massive, life-altering decision, without me, without consulting me, without giving me a choice. The apartment was small, 1 bedroom, furnished with our stuff, but it looked wrong, cramped, like our life had been shoved into a box. I sat on the couch, our couch from our house, and tried to process. Tom hovered nearby, guilty, defensive. I know you're upset. You sold our home. I saved us from bankruptcy, from losing everything. We did lose everything. We lost our home. We still have each other. That's what matters. Easy for him to say. He wasn't the one who woke up from near death to find out her entire life had been dismantled. Over the next few days, I tried to adjust, tried to accept it, but something felt off, wrong. The story didn't add up. I started going through the medical bills line by line, and yes, they were high, but $200,000 for appendix surgery and complications, even with a long ICU stay, it seemed Excessive. I called the hospital billing department. Hi, I'm trying to understand my bill. The total seems really high. The woman pulled up my account. Let's see. Total billed was $287,000. Insurance covered $195,000. Your responsibility is $92,000. $92,000? Not $200,000. Not even close. Are you sure? Yes, ma'am. That's your current balance. We do offer payment plans if you need. I hung up, sat there, staring at the number I'd written down, $92,000. Still a lot of money, still scary money, but not sell your house money, not without trying anything else money. So where did Tom get $200,000? Why did he lie about the amount? And where did the rest of the money from the house go? Our house sold for $425,000. I found the closing documents in Tom's email. He'd left his laptop open. Stupid mistake. If the medical bills were only $92,000, that left $333,000. Where was it? I checked our bank accounts. Joint checking, $3,200. Joint savings, $1,800. My savings account that Tom had access to, $0 cleaned out. His personal account that I didn't have access to, I couldn't see it, but I could see transfers. Big transfers from the house sale to his personal account, $250,000 in one lump sum. The day after the house closed, my hand started shaking. He'd lied about the medical bills, about having no choice, about everything. He'd sold our house and pocketed $250,000. While I was in the hospital fighting for my life, I confronted him that night. The hospital says we owe $92,000, not $200,000. His face went white. They probably didn't include everything. I spoke to billing. That's the total, after insurance. So where's the rest of the money from the house? Silence. Long, guilty silence. Tom, where is the $250,000 that you transferred to your personal account? More silence. Then, how did your laptop, you left your email open. Very careless for someone running a con. It's not a con. Then what is it? Where's the money? He sat down, ran his hands through his hair, and finally told the truth. I invested it. You what? I invested it in a business opportunity, my buddy Dave's startup. He needed capital, and I thought, you thought you'd take our money from selling our house, and invest it in your friend's business without telling me? It's a sure thing, Sarah. In a year, maybe 2, we'll make it all back plus profit. A sure thing. There's no such thing as a sure thing. And even if there was, you don't make that decision alone. You don't sell someone's house and gamble the money without asking them. He stood up, getting defensive now. I was trying to secure our future. The medical bills wiped us out. We needed a way to recover. So you lied to me? Told me we owed twice what we actually owed? Sold our house? Stole my savings? I didn't steal. What would you call it? You took my money without permission. You used a medical emergency to justify it. That's theft. That's fraud. He was quiet because I was right, and he knew it. I want the money back. All of it. I can't. It's tied up in the business. Then untie it. Get it back. I can't just withdraw an investment, figure it out, or I'm calling a lawyer. That got his attention. You wouldn't. Try me. You committed fraud, possibly elder abuse. You're 43, not elderly. Financial abuse then, whatever the legal term is. You sold marital property without consent. You forged my signature on documents. I didn't forge. Did I sign the closing papers? Silence. And did I? No, but I had power of attorney while you were incapacitated for medical decisions, not for selling our house. I called a lawyer the next day, explained everything. She was livid. This is textbook financial abuse. Power of attorney for healthcare doesn't extend to property sales without explicit consent. He needed both signatures or a court order. He had neither. What can I do? Sue him for fraud, for unauthorised sale of marital property, force him to return the money, and honestly, file for divorce because this man doesn't respect you, doesn't value you, doesn't see you as an equal partner. Divorce. The word felt heavy, final, but she was right. Tom had proven exactly who he was, someone who'd exploit my medical emergency, who'd lie to my face, who'd steal our future for a business opportunity. I filed the next week. Tom was shocked. You're divorcing me over this? Over you selling my house without permission? Over you lying about medical bills? Over you stealing $250,000? Yes, I'm divorcing you over this. The lawsuit took 8 months, but my lawyer was relentless. She subpoenaed everything, bank records, closing documents, the power of attorney paperwork that clearly stated healthcare decisions only, emails between Tom and his buddy Dave about the investment, which turned out to be a scam. Of course it was. Dave's startup didn't exist. It was a Ponzi scheme. Tom had given him $250,000 and Dave had disappeared, vanished, gone. The money was gone, all of it. Tom had to file for bankruptcy, lost everything. And because the house sale was ruled fraudulent, he'd sold marital property without proper authorisation. The court ordered him to pay me the full value, $425,000. He didn't have it, obviously, so they garnished his wages, set up a payment plan. He'll be paying me for the next 20 years, every month, a reminder of what he did, what he lost. Meanwhile, I used the settlement money I did get, about $100,000 after legal fees, to pay off the medical bills and put a down payment on a small house. Nothing fancy, but it's mine, in my name only. The divorce finalised a year after I got out of the hospital. Tom tried one last time to reconcile. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. Can we start over? I looked at him. This man I'd loved for 15 years. This man who'd visited me every day in the hospital while secretly selling our home. And I said, no, because you didn't make a mistake. You made a choice. You chose to lie. You chose to steal. You chose yourself over US. Over me. That's not a mistake. That's character. And I don't forgive character. It's been 3 years now. I'm healthy. I'm happy. I'm thriving. I have a home I own outright. A job I love. Friends who actually respect me. And every month, like clockwork, I get a payment from Tom. Court-ordered restitution. It's not much. $800 a month. But it's a reminder that actions have consequences, that you can't steal from people and get away with it, that eventually the truth comes out. And when it does, you pay, literally. So if this story made you check who has power of attorney over your assets, or made you grateful your spouse asks before major decisions, hit like and subscribe, because I've got more stories. Stories about husbands who exploited medical emergencies, stories about houses sold without permission, stories about investments that were actually scams, stories about women who fought back and won. Spoiler alert, we always find out, the paperwork always surfaces, the lies always unravel, and the men who thought they were clever, they end up paying for years. Tom thought he was being smart, thought he saw an opportunity, thought he could sell the house, invest the money, make a fortune, and I'd never question it. Thought I'd be too weak, too grateful to be alive, too trusting to dig deeper. He was wrong on all counts. I questioned everything. I hired a lawyer. I fought, and I took everything he tried to steal, plus interest, plus damages, plus my dignity, because that's what he really took. my dignity, my trust, my sense of safety. He took all of that while I was fighting for my life in a hospital bed. And for that, he deserves every single one of those monthly payments, every single reminder that he destroyed our marriage for $250,000 that never existed. The house is gone. The marriage is gone. The money, most of it is gone. But I'm still here, stronger than before, smarter than before, less trusting maybe, but more aware, more protective of myself, more willing to question, to verify, to fight when something feels wrong, because it did feel wrong. From that car ride home, from we need to talk, from driving past our house, it all felt wrong. And I was right to trust that feeling, that instinct, that voice that said, this doesn't add up. Listen to that voice always, because it's trying to protect you, trying to warn you, trying to save you from people like Tom, people who smile, who hold your hand, who visit every day while secretly dismantling your entire life. Trust, but verify. Love, but protect yourself. Believe, but question. Because the people who love you, the people who actually love you, they don't make major life decisions without you. They don't lie about medical bills. They don't sell your home while you're unconscious. They don't steal your future for a business opportunity. They wait, they communicate, they treat you like a partner, not like an obstacle, not like someone to be managed, like an equal. Tom never saw me as an equal. He saw me as someone he could control, someone he could deceive, someone who wouldn't fight back. He learned the expensive way, the 20-year payment plan way, the I lost my wife, my house, and my dignity way. And honestly, he deserves every bit of it, every single bit.